What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Now, before we begin our exploration together today, I'm not sure at which point you might stop and find yourself really enjoying what you're hearing. There could be, there could be an opportunity waiting for you within this podcast. But I'll leave that up to you to decide. Now, you know how we get it started, fam. Let's start by just agreeing with the good in us, agreeing with the God in us, and allowing ourselves to be served and to serve others. Hope you had a good weekend, giving you blessings for your week, and that's what we're going to do right now. If you want some more knowledge, if you want some more understanding, if you want some more peace, if you want some more money, if you want some more love, if you want a better relationship, if you want more of something, let us bring it out. We can create this ourselves through the power of God that lies within each and every one of us. Open up your palms, tilt your chin, close your eyes, and repeat after me. Right here and right now, I agree with good. I agree that I am good. I agree that I am deserving of good. I agree that I am loved. I agree that I am loving. I agree that I am rich in every way. Rich in health, rich in love, rich in wealth, rich in romance, rich in goodness, rich in kindness. I'm rich in every way and every facet that you could be rich. I am rich in God's love, and I thank you, Father, for every blessing you've ever given me and every blessing that's mine. Thank you for doing that with me. I know they take a second, but the more and more that you do this, you can go back and listen to these and just do this part, right? And I promise you, your life will improve. It'll change for the better, for what you want. But that's not what this is about. This is about me. We're actually going to learn a little bit about me. I've been that person who didn't realize that they hold back some of the stuff that they know because deep down they know the stuff that they know isn't widely popular, and they know the stuff that they know sounds crazy to a lot of people, and they know the stuff that they know is true, but they also want to prove it to themselves before they go out into the world and start sharing it, okay? So the things I share with you, fam, like if you've been listening up until this point, I'm not sharing things that I just learned and am spitting out and regurgitating to you to take on and live your life by. I don't I don't know if you think that, but I don't really think that that's a way for someone to share what they know that's helped them. Right? Because I can't share and help you if I haven't been helped by what I'm sharing. So I actually test everything everything I talk to you about. I test it over and over and over and over and over again, probably 1,000 times before I ever come and bring it to you. That being said, we're talking about me in this podcast because the more you learn about me, I think the more you'll gain from what I have to share if you continue to listen, which I highly advise. I grew up in a great town, great parents, great family. I grew up learning a lot of stuff about occult knowledge, not cult, C-U-L-T, not that. Occult, O-C-C-U-L-T. And I want to remove any negative identifications that you may have for the word occult. And so listen up. The word occult defined means supernatural, mystical, or magical beliefs, practices, or phenomena. I've always been interested in occult knowledge, the mysterious part of life, the mystical things in life, the supernatural things of life, the magic of life, the phenomena of life that seem to come out of nothing, right? People think about, for example, the guys whoever created the vehicle of a car, right? They had to think about the car first. So it seems to have come out of nothing when, of course, the earth and everything that exists provided the tools once the thought was formed to actually make the car in the physical reality. But the car itself was imagined originally. And in life, anything you have in your life, your phone, your car, your chairs, your house, was first made up in somebody's mind. And so I would always want to learn, if I want to change this physical world. I came to an understanding, I think I was like 20. It was after my brother killed himself. I came to an understanding, and sorry, that's a little harsh. Yeah, that's a little harsh there, right? I guess because I'm more okay with it, I kind of share it like bluntly. But once he did that, I kind of started to say to myself, okay, I don't want to fight with this physical world like that, because I see the end result of people fighting with the physical, of people trying to make a physical change using a physical thing, right? I didn't want to live life like that. I wanted to have the ability to change the physical using the supernatural. And it's always fascinated me. I've always wanted to know how the mind works. I wanted to be a psychologist. I always wanted to know how the spirit worked, in churches and out of churches, right? Through Buddha teachings, through meditation teachings, through yoga practices, through different types of knowledge from all over the world. I wanted to learn about the history of the world, where we actually came from, not where they told us we came from, right? I wanted to know the mysteries of life, the mystery of life, the occult of life, the supernatural, the mystical, the magical. It has always fascinated the crap out of me, man. And I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. I just give all the glory to God, period. Because I didn't possess these desires on my own, right? I was blessed with them. And I think I was blessed with them so I can help other people who maybe not, you know, have the same vigor and the same fascination, maybe to develop that fascination and that vigor for looking for the mystical in life, and not just what you can see with your natural senses, with your five senses, your see, touch, taste, smell, and feel, or wait, see, touch, taste, smell, and feel. I'm missing one, am I not? The five physical senses, I knew there's something beyond that. And I feel like part of my goal, part of my journey in life is to help open other people's eyes to that. If this is helping you in that way, that's perfect. And I want people to understand where I'm coming from. When I'm talking about money, when I'm talking about success, when I'm talking about prosperity, those are faucets of what I've learned in my life. And those are the things right now, okay, that are to me of most importance. And it's not because of material gain in any form or fashion. It's actually because of all the spiritual alignment that I have made. People don't know this about me, but when I was about 16, I was really ready to give up on living in society. I had learned enough at that time, I thought, about society and its wicked ways, and the way that the governmente is to control the mind, the way that the government um, creates fear, the way that they are trying to depopulate the planet. Like, that was the focus of my life, and I had wanted no part of money. I devalued money in my mind to where I literally accepted. Like, imagine this for a moment. You're a 16-year-old kid, and you've learned so much crap about the world, right, and not enough good about it, to where you have now just accepted, like, I'm never going to have money. You just accept that at 16. I'm never going to have money. I don't want it. I think it's dirty. I think it's ugly. It's nasty. It's filth. People who have money are filth. I don't want to be like that. I was that person. Okay. So because of that knowledge, I think it led me down a path to learning more about the positives in the spiritual realm of the mystery, the occult, like I'm talking to you about. And I left money behind. I said, screw money. I'm going to just get so close to God that I don't need money. Right? Thinking that that's a thing. And it could be a thing. It's just not my thing. So if it's your thing, do it. But it's not my thing. I've learned. Why am I saying this? Because going from that to how many years later? Almost 14, 15 years later now. It took me 14 years to be okay with success and with money and feeling okay with being successful. It took me a long time. So I didn't just wake up one day, oh, I want to go get a ton of money. I had to learn through spiritual having nothing, being homeless, which I was homeless at 16 for a time, went back with my parents, got homeless again, and I was going through it. But from being homeless and being okay being homeless, because, hey, at least I'm not one of these rich jerk-offs that's over here, taking money away from poor people and leaving people to starve all over the world. Like, at least I'm not one of them. I'm okay being broke because my conscience is clean, right? I can have a clean conscience and be rich at the same time. And these are the things that I'm coming into knowledge of within the most recent years. So when I'm talking about success, when I'm talking about prosperity, when I'm talking about money, I'm talking about it from a spiritual perspective of an understanding that it is not everything. In fact, it's just a cherry on top of all the spiritual knowledge that you're going to gain from the pursuit of finding out what God is, and who you are in God. That's what my pursuit in life is. Who am I in God? Who did God create me to be? What blessings do I have upon my life that I can use? If you were born with one leg, how can that be a blessing to you? I'll say it similar in the words of Myron Golden. He was born in a hospital back in the 50s and 60s where they didn't have the polio vaccine, so he contracted polio. One of his legs shriveled up like a raisin, and it never grew. So his other leg grew very long, his other leg's super short. So he's got like a leg to the knee, and the other leg's fine. And what's funny is the guy had like 6 brothers, so it was nothing but boys in this family. And this guy thanks God for that leg being missing, because while his other brothers were learning how to physically be good in life, he was learning how to mentally be good in life. And do you even need to ask who is more successful, who's happier, who has more love in their life out of all 7 of those kids? It's probably Myron, right? Because he had to sit down and put his head in a book. He didn't get to run outside and play with the kids. So he found a blessing in his demise, in what seemed to be his demise. That's why I asked, if you were born with one leg, how could you find the blessing in that? Right? Now, I wasn't born with one leg. I was born into a great family in a great state with enough money to keep me fed, and anything I wanted, I had, I didn't have to go work until I wanted to work. But what I had learned throughout those years were negative ways of living, okay, by society, school, teachers, family, like everything, And I learned the negative ways of living, and I said, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this society if it's all about tearing other people down. And I would go out into the world expecting to be torn down because I'm a black female, right? I even assumed that identity of I'm a black female who was the lowest on the totem pole 50 years ago. I haven't gone up. We haven't made it that far yet, right? In my head. And so I had to shed myself of all those identities that I was attaching myself to in order to get to the place in where I'm at now, which is someone who absolutely loves themselves. I love myself so much. I love the mistakes I've made. I love the choices I've made. I love everything I've ever seen, done, heard, felt. I love my emotions. I love my face. I love my body. I love everything about me. And for you, if you're not there, you can get there, but you have to start now loving yourself as you want to be. Okay? I had to look in the mirror and say, Micaiah, you are beautiful when I felt ugly. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich. Let the sick say, I am well. Let the hurt say, I am joyous. You have to command your body, your mind, and your spirit. It is under your command. Everything is beneath you, to put it plainly. Not worth less than you, but underneath your feet. How did I get off on that? We're about to wrap it up. I've been so grateful to God because I've only not believed in God once in my life, and it was for a split second. I questioned. I said, "Damn, does God really exist?" And something happened. I can't even remember what happened, but I remember the feeling. And I'm learning Micaiah personally. Micaiah remembers feelings more than she remembers words and things, right? So Micaiah remembers the feeling of that thought dissipating like into thin air and it never ever coming up again. I've never doubted my belief in God. I believed in God forever. And I always thank God for everything I've ever been given. There's a bonus midweek podcast coming out in the middle of the week this week. It's already recorded for you because it's fire, baby. It's amazing. You're going to get a ton of value, and I encourage you, I invite you when it shows up and on your feed naturally and easily, tap that button, come over into the podcast and listen to it. The midweek cast is going to be awesome. Midweek cast is going to be great. But anyway, that's a little bit about me. All right. You know I could talk all day. I'm not going to do that. But I will say this. I'll leave you on this last final note. Being fascinated by the secrets of life, I think, is the highest form of fascination. Because within every secret of life, within every single secret of life, there we find God. This has been Direct Sunlight and Micaiah. Be the sun, not its rays. Like I said, be the sun. I am Micaiah. I'm not my feelings. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my emotions. I'm not what happens to me. I am. And mind is matter, baby. See you soon.